everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to have the game recap here to discuss. We're discussing the games that happened over on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're looking at the games that happening on Thursday and Friday. And we're looking at the standings, looking at how the standings shape up after the games that happened on Wednesday. Plus, we're also looking at how teams are doing this year compared to how we're doing at this exact same point in time last year. We'll get to all of that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Intent Hockey channel. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do it without you guys. So don't forget to subscribe so we can turn to 50 subscribers. And also don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing how that happened in today's video. Now, as usual, I'm going to start today's video off by discussing a couple of game reviews from the past couple of days. We had 11 games happen over on Tuesday. We had 3 games happen yesterday on Wednesday, so we'll get to all those coming up right now. First are the St. Louis Blues taking on Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday, and the Leafs were able to come in with a huge victory, 4-1. Thanks to this hat-trick here from Bobby McMahon. Welcome to Career Sports. McMahon was able to get the first, the third, and this goal here, which was the fourth goal, which put the game to bed, as McMahon was able to help the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the St. Louis Blues 4-1. Leafs have now won 5-7 and improved to 27-16-8, while the Blues dropped to 28-22-2. So not great stuff there for St. Louis. For the Maple Leafs, McMahon, like we said, first career NHL hat-trick, very good stuff for Bobby McMahon, and Nylander also scored for the Leafs in the win, while Toropchenko was lone goal scorer for the Blues in the loss. Not a great game there from the Blues. Definitely don't want to have back, but still it was a really great game there from the Leafs. Then we saw the Avalanche scored twice in the second period en route to a 6-3 victory over the Washington Capitals, ending their 4-game losing streak and improving to 33-17-4, dropping the Caps to 23-21-8 as they've now lost 8 of 9. So not great stuff there for Washington. For the Colorado Avalanche, Lehkonen had a 4-point game with 2 goals and 2 assists. Colin and Rannon and Wood all had a goal and an assist. McKinnon and Byron both had 2 assists, and Taves also scored for the Avalanche in the win. While Math had 2 assists, and Ovechkin, who has now scored in 6 straight games. Ovechkin's back, everyone. McMichael and Malenstein were 3-goal scorers for the Capitals in the loss. So not a great game there from the Capitals, as they were able to falter against the slipping Colorado Avalanche team, but at least Ovechkin continues to find ways to score. So that's very good stuff there for Ovechkin. Then we saw Tampa Bay Lightning score just enough to get past the Boston Bruins, as they were able to beat the Boston Bruins 3-2 in a shootout. Bulls have now won 5-7 and improved to 29-20-5, while the Bruins have lost 3 of 4 and dropped 32-11-10. So not great stuff there for Boston. For the Bolts, Kucherov and Chernak were 2-goal scorers in regulation, and Point the lone goal scorer in the shootout for the Lightning in the win. While for the Bruins, Marchand in game number 1000 and Pasternak both had 2 assists. McAvoy and JVR were 2-goal scorers for the Bruins in the shootout loss. So not a great game there from the Bruins. Definitely don't have back with a close game against the really good Tampa Bay Lightning team, but they do end up losing in a shootout. So not great stuff there. Then we saw the Montreal Canadiens wind up coming out ready to play and shut out the Anaheim Ducks 5-0, as they have now a point in 4 of 6 games and improved to 22-23-8. While the Ducks have lost 6 of 9 and dropped to 18-32-2. So not great stuff there for the Ducks. Suzuki, who had 2 goals and an assist, and Slavkovsky, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Slavkovsky his first ever 3-point night. And Evans and Gignac, who have scored his first career NHL goal, both also scored for the Canadiens, and Primeau stopped all 13 shots he faced in the first career shutout and the victory for the Canadiens. So very good stuff there. Primeau had a very good night. Good to see Gignac get his first career NHL goal, and good to see Slavkovsky get his first career 3-point game. So very good stuff all around there. But bad news there for the Ducks is they lose, and like we said, they falter. So not good stuff there for Anaheim. Then the Ottawa Senators scored 4 straight goals after giving up the opening goal and beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 6-3. They've now won 4 straight, have a point in 9 games out of their last 10, and improved to 22-25-2. So very good stuff there for the Ottawa Senators, while the Jackets have lost 6 of 8 and dropped to 16-26-10. So not great stuff there for Columbus. Kachuk had a hat-trick, and Giroux had a goal and 2 assists. Both had 3-point nights, and Greg and Brandstrom both also scored for the Senators in the win, while Voronkov, Jenner, and Roslovic were 3-goal scorers for Jackets in a loss. Not a great game there from the Jackets. They find ways to keep on losing, but really good stuff there for Ottawa, who continues to find ways to get points. Then we saw the Buffalo Sabres come out firing on all cylinders, scoring 7 goals, including this goal here from Zach Benson, which was the 5th goal of the game. Really good goal there from Benson, which at the time made it 5-0. They were at tally a couple more after that. Sabres will destroy the Los Angeles Kings 7-0 as they improved to 23-25-4 and dropped the LA Kings, who have now lost 5-7 to 24-16-10. So not great stuff there for the Kings. For the Sabres, Greenway had 3-point nights, 2 goals and an assist. Paterka, Tuck, and Dalian all had a goal and assist. Bryson had 2 assists, and Benson and Oposo also scored, while UPL stopped all 33 shots he faced in the shutout and win for the Sabres. While the Kings, like we said, continue to falter. So not great stuff there for the Kings as they continue to lose ground in the standings, but still really good win there for the Sabres as they're now only 2 games back of 500. Then we saw Seattle Kraken come out and in a narrow game wound up beating the New York Islanders in a shootout 2-1. Very good win there for the Kraken, who ended their losing streak and improved to 22-21-10. Well, the Islanders dropped to 22, 18, and 13, so not great stuff there for the Islanders. Beniers was the lone regulation goal scorer. Tatar the lone shield goal scorer for the Kraken in the win, while Palmieri was the lone regulation goal scorer for the Islanders in the loss. So a very good narrow win there for the Seattle Kraken as they were able to just edge out the New York Islanders and then their losing streak, so very good stuff there for Seattle. Then we saw the Dallas Stars break a tie early in the third period and wound up being the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. Very good win there for the Dallas Stars as they were able to win 6-7 and improve to 33-14-6. Well, the Carolina Hurricanes now fall to 30-17-5, so not great stuff there for Carolina. Robertson and Duchesne both had a goal and an assist. Pavelski and Hakanpää both had 2 assists, and Hintz and Marchman both also scored for the Stars in the win. While Stahl had a goal and an assist, Martinook had 2 assists, and Fast also scored for Carolina Hurricanes in the loss. So not a great game there for the Carolina. Really close game though, and both these teams had really good games, but it was the Dallas Stars to come away with the victory. Then we saw the New Jersey Devils score a late third period goal to just edge out the Nashville Predators 4-2, as the Devils now have a point in 4 of their last 5 games and improved 27-21-4, while the Preds have lost 4 of their last 5 games and dropped to 27-24-2. So not great stuff there for Nashville. For the Devils, Heischer scored twice, and Meyer and Hughes both also scored for the Devils in the win, while Glass and Yossi both had 2 assists, and Novak and O'Reilly were 2 goal scorers for Predators in the loss. So not a great game there from the Predators. Definitely one they want to have back. Really close game, really tight contested affair, but they blow it late, and they do end up losing regulation. So not great stuff there. Then we saw the Vancouver Canucks get out to a 2-goal lead and wound up being the Chicago Blackhawks 4-2. Very good one there for Vancouver. They now have a point in 15 of the last 16 games and improved to 36-12-6, while the Hawks have now lost 7 straight and dropped to 14-36-3. So not great stuff there for Chicago. For the Canucks, Joshua had 3 points with a goal and 2 assists. Garland scored twice. Horanek had 2 assists, and Hoglander also scored for the Canucks in the win, while Korchinski and Tyler Johnson were 2 goal scorers for the Blackhawks in the loss. So a very good win there for the Vancouver Canucks. Definitely interesting, close, tightly contested affair, but they are able to come away with the victory, so very good stuff there for Vancouver. Then we saw the Edmonton Oilers pull away from the Red Wings and beat them 8-4. They now have won 18 of the last 20 games and improved to 31-17-1, while the Red Wings dropped to 27-19-6. Not great stuff there for Detroit. McDavid had a monster night with a 6-assist night. Eugene Hopkins had 2 goals and 8 assists, and Bouchard, who had a goal, 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. CeCe and Drysdale both had a goal and 8 assists. Nurse had 2 assists, and Hyman, Holloway, and Evander Kane also scored for the Oilers in the win, while Perron, Patrick Kane, and DeBrincat had a goal and 8 assists, and Valeno also scored for Red Wings in the loss. So not a great game there from the Red Wings. This was really a close game for most of this game, but the Oilers pulled away, and the Red Wings have an embarrassing loss. So not a great game there from the Detroit Red Wings. Those are all the games that happened over on Tuesday. Going over to the games that happened over on Wednesday. First, we saw the Florida Panthers jump out to a 4-0 lead and wound up being the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-2. Very good win there for the Panthers, who've now won 3 straight, have a point in 7 of 8, and improved to 34-15-4, while the Penguins have lost 6 of 8 and dropped to 23-20-7. So not great stuff there for Pittsburgh. For the Panthers, Kachuk had a 3-point with a goal and 2 assists. Lundell scored twice. Rodriguez had 2 assists, and Gadjevich and Eklund both also scored for the Panthers in the win, while Rust and John Ludwig, who scored his first career NHL goal, were 2 goal scorers for the Penguins in the loss. So not a great game there from the Penguins. Definitely want to head back. It was an embarrassing game against the Panthers team, and they wound up falling again, so not great stuff there. Then we saw Winnipeg Jets open the scoring thanks to this goal here from Morgan Barron. I think it was in the first period to give them a 1-0 lead. That was all they needed. The score wound up finishing 1-0 Winnipeg over the San Jose Sharks. So a very good win there for the Jets as they improved to 32-14-5. Sharks have now lost 3 of 4, and they dropped to 14-33-5 on the season. So no great stuff there for San Jose. For the Jets, like I said, Barron, lone goal scorer. Hellebuyck stopped all 17 shots he faced in the shutout and victory for the Jets, while Kakinen stopped 38 shots in the loss for the Sharks. So Kakinen played really well. It was a pretty good defensive performance on both sides, but the Jets are able to just edge out the San Jose Sharks 1-0. We saw the Minnesota Wild jump out to a 2-0 lead en route to a 3-1 victory over the Arizona Coyotes, as they've now won 4 straight, 7 of 9, and improved to 25-23-5, while the Coyotes have lost 7 straight and dropped to 23-25-4. So not great stuff there for Arizona. For the Wild, Boldy and Eriksson Ek both had a goal and an assist, and Brody also scored for Wild in the win, while Coolio's lone goal scorer for Coyotes in the loss. So definitely not great game there for the Coyotes. They continue to falter and fall now in the standings. Not great stuff there, but still the Coyotes wound up faltering a little bit, and they fall a little bit further in the standings. Not great stuff there. But those are the 3 games that happened on Wednesday. So lots of interesting games that happened over the past couple of days. Lots of interesting games on Tuesday. Lots of interesting games on Wednesday. Lots of interesting games that happened over the past couple of days. Going over here to a game preview here for the next couple of days of game action. There are 12 games later today and 1 game tomorrow on Friday, so we got a lot of interesting action there. So later today we have 7 games that happen at 4 p.m. Pacific time. First, Kraken take on Bruins. Bruins trying to keep ahead of the Florida Panthers, who are inching closer to them. Kraken trying to keep pace for a playoff spot and get to 2 games above 500. The Panthers take on the Sabres. Sabres trying to get within 1 game of 500, taking on a Panthers team who's trying to possibly tie the Boston Bruins for top spot in the Atlantic. The LA Kings take on the New Jersey Devils. Kings trying to look for a bounce back game after an embarrassing loss to Buffalo and keep it a playoff spot, taking on the Devils. Team is trying to catch Detroit and Philadelphia for a playoff spot. Then the Montreal Canadiens take on the New York Rangers. Canadiens looking to try and get back to 500, take on the Rangers team who's trying to extend their lead for the Metro Division title. Then the Ottawa Senators look to get to within 2 games of 500, taking on the Anaheim Ducks team is trying to get out of the basement in the Western Conference. The Colorado Avalanche look to try and keep pace with Dallas for top spot in the Central Division, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning team who's trying to keep third in the Atlantic. And the Philadelphia Flyers, who are trying to keep third in the Metro Division, take on the Toronto Maple Leafs team who's trying to catch Tampa for third in the Atlantic Division. So those are some interesting things that happen at 4 p.m. Pacific time. At 5 p.m. Pacific time, Dallas takes on Nashville. Stars trying to keep ahead of the other teams in the Central Division. Predators trying to keep pace for a playoff spot with St. Louis and LA. St. Louis then takes on the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers looking to try and keep ahead of LA and close in on the Vegas Golden Knights, taking on a St. Louis Blues team who's trying to keep pace for a wildcard spot. So those are going to be some interesting games that happen over at 5 p.m. Pacific time. At 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Penguins take on the Blackhawks. Penguins trying to keep pace for a playoff spot, avenge their loss after yesterday against the Florida Panthers. Taking on a Blackhawks team is trying to end the losing streak they're on right now. At 6 p.m. Pacific time, the San Jose Sharks take on the Calgary Flames. Flames trying to keep pace for a playoff spot again. Taking on the San Jose Sharks team is looking to try and get back on the winning side of things. And then the Detroit Red Wings and Vancouver Canucks play a rematch of the game that happened on Sunday from a couple of days ago. Red Wings trying to get another win over the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks trying to keep pace and keep ahead of all the other teams for top spots in the NHL. So those are going to be some interesting games that happen later today. And then tomorrow there's one game of NHL action, and that's at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and that is the Carolina Hurricanes take on the Arizona Coyotes. Coyotes trying to end the 7-game losing streak they're on right now. Carolina tries to improve in the standings and get closer to the New York Rangers for top spots in the Metro Division. So definitely lots of interesting games that happen over the next couple of days. Tons of interesting action later today. Also a couple of interesting action tomorrow in the one lone game. So lots of interesting action to look forward to. Next, going over to a quick look at the standings here as of February 15th, 2024. So in the East, you have the Atlantic Division leading Boston Bruins at 74 points, followed by 72-point Florida and 63-point Tampa. 71-point New York Rangers lead the Metro, followed by 65-point Carolina and 64-point Philadelphia. 62-point Toronto is first wild card, 60-point Detroit is second wild card, and they're followed by 58-point New Jersey, 57-point New York Islanders, 54-point Washington Capitals, 53-point Pittsburgh Penguins, 52-point Montreal Canadiens, 50-point Buffalo Sabres, 46-point Ottawa Senators, and 42-point Columbus Blue Jackets. Those are teams on the outside looking in right now in the Eastern Conference. In the West, you have the 72-point Dallas Stars leading the Central, followed by 70-point Colorado and 69-point Winnipeg. You have 78-point Vancouver leading the Pacific, followed by 68-point Vegas and 63-point Edmonton. Then you have 58-point LA, the first wild card, 58-point St. Louis, the second wild card, and they're followed by 56-point Nashville, 55-point Calgary, 55-point Minnesota, 54-point Seattle, 50-point Arizona, 38-point Anaheim, 33-point San Jose, and 31-point Chicago. And those are teams on the outside looking in right now in the Western Conference. So definitely lots of interesting stuff there from the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. And lastly here, going over to a quick look at teams, how they're doing this year compared to how they were doing last year. So if you look at the Canucks, they're now 32 points ahead of where they were last year. Canucks are absolutely slaughtering last year's point total. So definitely, Canucks are having a fantastic season. The Florida Panthers are 16 points ahead of where they were last year. Flyers are 10 points ahead of where they were last year. Arizona's 9. Columbus is 8 points ahead. St. Louis is 7 points ahead. Winnipeg 6 points ahead. While Colorado and Edmonton are 5 points ahead. So lots of interesting teams there who are ahead of where they were last year at this point in time. Then on the bottom end of the side of things, Calgary is 5 points lower than where they were last year. Chicago, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Minnesota are all 6 points lower than where they were last year. Toronto's 8 points lower than where they were last year. San Jose and Tampa are 10 points lower than where they were last year. Seattle, Carolina, and Boston are 11 points lower than where they were last year. And the New Jersey Devils are 15 points lower than where they were last year. So definitely, Devils are not having an overly great season so far, being a lot lower than where they were last year. Same thing with teams like San Jose, Tampa, Seattle, Carolina, Boston. But Philly's having a fantastic year compared to last year. Florida, same sort of thing. And Vancouver's absolutely killing last year's point total record. So definitely, lots of interesting stuff there. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all that down in the comment section below. That's all I'm going to talk about for today. What do you think about all that was discussed in today's video? Were there any games that intrigued you over the past couple of days? Any games that happened on Tuesday? Any games that happened yesterday on Wednesday? Definitely love to hear your thoughts on that. Are you looking forward to any games that happen over the next couple of days? Any of the 12 games that happen later today? The game on Friday? Definitely love to hear your thoughts on that. Are you surprised by anything in the standings? Are you surprised that the Wild and the Flames have identical records? Are you surprised that the Kings are now 5 points back back of the Oilers? Are you surprised the Canucks now have a 10-point clearance lead over the Pacific Division title? Are you surprised the Flyers continue to hold down third in the Metro? Are you surprised the Red Wings are still in a playoff spot? Are you surprised that the Devils and Islanders are slowly starting to work their way back into the playoff race? Are you surprised that Tampa and Toronto are still within striking distance of each other for third in the Atlantic? And what do you think about all the teams who are doing a lot better and a lot worse than how they're doing last year? Definitely, after you guys thoughts on all that down in the comment section below. That's what I want to talk about for today. Remember to like this video, and if you're like, remember to subscribe down below if you haven't already. We're so close to 250 subscribers, so if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe down below. And also don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing all that was discussed in today's video. Also a blog talking about newsrooms, analysis, stuff like that, so if you check that out, leave a link in the description below. And I can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.